In today's video, I will discuss a very popular topic in today's world: how to recognize a fool on social media. Specifically, I will analyze 20 types of, let's call them, internet idiots. Of course, this analysis is very subjective, so you can agree or disagree with my observations. It's all good, don't worry. Whether we are talking about content creators or users, social media are filled with stupid people, exhibiting various characteristics and approaches to the fantastic realm of the web. The aim of this video is to examine their typical behaviors. The primary social media platform used for this video is Facebook, but also YouTube at some level, and the points discussed are generally applicable to other minor social platforms as well. Not all fools are on the same level, and for each profile listed, I will assess the level of stupidity and place it on a scale ranging from a lower level of slightly stupid, to very stupid, up to the highest level of utterly stupid. If you think this type of video might offend someone's feelings, you're absolutely right. But don't you worry, the majority of people on the web are reasonable individuals who don't fall into these 20 categories. The underlying issue is that fools tend to be noisier and more noticeable, thus making the web seem infested with foolish individuals, although they actually constitute a fairly moderate percentage of the total. I urge you, whenever you come across a comment on the web or notice a behavior that matches those described in this video, don't hesitate to share the link to the video with the person in question. Who knows, maybe they'll start questioning themselves, although I honestly doubt it. Now, get comfortable, fasten your seatbelts, and let's begin. 1. The Oversharer. We all have a friend who shares every minor detail of their personal life on social media. These individuals lack filters when it comes to posting on social platforms, divulging even inappropriate information that should remain strictly personal. Oblivious to the fact that no one cares if they were late for work this morning, or if their cat has stomach problems, the overshares, in a desperate quest for likes, occasionally receive a few of them out of pity, rather than genuine interest. Oversharers are insecure people in search of attention, but they don't cause much harm to anyone. This one goes into the stupid category. 2. The Keyboard Warrior. The infamous keyboard warrior is most often a deeply frustrated person in his own personal life, who, in order to feel better about himself, spends their time insulting everything and everyone on the internet. Influencers, especially young kids posting videos on TikTok or TV celebrities, are his preferred targets. The keyboard warrior believes to be intellectually superior to these individuals, and from his point of view it's fundamentally unfair that they earn so much money. The keyboard warrior hides behind his screen, often under a fake profile, spewing hateful comments, sparking debates, and generally behaving like cyberbully. If he dislikes a celebrity on Instagram or a YouTube channel, he doesn't simply unfollow like anyone with an IQ higher than that of a parrot would do. Instead, he spends his time commenting and insulting under every photo or video. A real tough guy. Level of stupidity: very stupid. They don't get the maximum rating because these behaviors can stem from a particularly sad life, and there are opportunities for improvement if the keyboard warrior manages to enhance their life outside of the internet. Yes, there is a world beyond their teenage bedroom. 3. The Troll. The troll finds joy in annoying other users with provocative comments to test their reactions. Level of stupidity: slightly stupid. Trolling is a foolish behavior, but some individuals deserve to be trolled. For instance, those who leave nasty comments under a post, and I am not talking about constructive criticism, and then, if you dare to respond, they accuse you of being too aggressive with them. They feel free to write whatever nonsense crosses their little minds, but heaven forbid you say something that offends them, poor souls. Well, responding to these comments in a serious manner is pointless since they wouldn't understand anyway. Obviously, ignoring them is always the best choice, as they don't probably deserve your attention. Trolling, however, is second best. In conclusion, trolling isn't a noble act. However, trolling one of the other 19 profiles in this video can, in some cases, be more than justified. 4. The Attention Seeker. The attention seeker is always on the lookout for confirmation and the spotlight, going to extremes to capture the attention of others, even if it means exaggerating or fabricating stories. Each of the attention seeker's posts or comments includes something dramatic designed to pique curiosity among readers, and ideally admiration. His posts are intentionally vague or dramatic. If an attention seeker goes to the hospital for a simple blood test, you can be sure he will tag himself in a way that makes their friends and acquaintances worry. After all, he doesn't need to specify that it's a routine test and not a heart transplant, does he? Attention is their drug, and the attention seekers are never satisfied. They are quite pathetic but not harmful, so they're just stupid. 5. The Anticapitalist. The Anticapitalist on social media is a particularly interesting profile, especially when it comes to YouTubers or various influencers. Neoliberal capitalism is a far from perfect system, and creating content that explains its various problems is completely legitimate. However, the problem arises when one bases his entire online presence on this topic, pure hypocrisy. Engaged in monetizing on the family-run platform, YouTube, with anti-capitalist videos created on their latest model iPhone, obviously made in Russia, or on their Dell computer, presumably manufactured in Venezuela, and using the Windows operating system, developed by the well-known Cuban programmer Bill Gates, these influencers spread their ideas through Facebook, Twitter, or YouTube, social media created by small Vietnamese companies like Meta or X, and located on the outskirts of Hanoi, and owned by financially disadvantaged individuals like Elon Musk or Mark Zuckerberg. The funny thing is that the anti-capitalist YouTuber never refuses the paycheck for views or other earnings of various types obtained at the end of the month thanks to these social media platforms, which are the most clear representation of capitalism. And don't forget to buy their latest online course or their latest book titled, Money is Evil, exclusively available for sale on Amazon, which all of a sudden, it's no longer a company that exploits its workers, a platform created by the well-known North Korean philosopher Jeff Bezos. Remember also to subscribe to their Patreon and support their project by giving them the much-hated money. After all, they are so altruistic that they even help you get rid of it. In short, these YouTubers play the role of paladins of justice against capitalism, until it's time to get paid, fundamentally financing and aiding these big multinational corporations to expand. Their followers are not that different since they use the same technologies and the same social media to follow them. In the end, it's always nice to see people who criticize the very system they benefit from on a daily basis. Level of stupidity, very stupid. As mentioned previously, capitalism is far from being a perfect system, and it's fine to create content highlighting its various flaws. But the inconsistency of constantly complaining about it and then enjoying all the benefits derived from using these major platforms is a contradiction. 6. The Grammar Nazi. The sixth profile on the list is that of the Grammar Nazi. The Grammar Nazi reaches the climax when he managed to identify a grammatical error within any content. It doesn't matter if he is reading an article containing the magical formula to live up to 150 years, for the Grammar Nazi, all that counts is that if the creator of the article made a simple mistake, he absolutely must point it out to them. Oh, what a satisfaction. Grammar Nazis are fundamentally frustrated individuals who seek these small victories to compensate for their failures in the real world. In fact, their presumed perfectionism often serves as an obstacle when it comes to achieving tangible results in life. If you are a content creator on YouTube, one way to exploit a Grammar Nazi is to deliberately insert some grammatical errors into your videos, inducing the Grammar Nazi to comment, in order to feel good about himself. By doing so, the video will receive many more comments than usual, increasing the video's engagement and sending a positive signal to the YouTube's algorithm, which in turn will promote the video and increase its views, and your revenue. Don't be afraid to seem foolish. Most of the views will come from intelligent people who won't pay particular attention to all of this, as they will be focused on understanding the key message of the video. However, often the more intelligent people will be quiet and generally tend to comment less. But Grammar Nazis instead won't hesitate to show off all his knowledge in the comments, and you can use their idiocy to your advantage. Everyone wins. The Grammar Nazis will feel better about themselves, and you will increase the number of views and consequently your earnings. Level of stupidity of the Grammar Nazi. Stupid. They are indeed very annoying but easily manipulable, and they can be useful for the reasons explained. 7. The Purest. This is a very common figure on social media in pages specialized in a specific topic or discipline. This person considers himself an expert and criticizes anyone who doesn't share his views, approaching the discipline in a non-traditional way. For instance, if you enthusiastically share a photo of a dish you've cooked, you might receive a comment from the purist that sounds something like this: "That's not the traditional recipe, you should use different ingredients." More than just foolish, the purist is an incredible pain, often failing to understand that no one is born a master and not everyone approaches a new hobby or discipline with the ambition of becoming one. The advice for the purists is to step out of their shell and try new disciplines from time to time, experiencing how it feels to be criticized without reason. I categorize them under slightly stupid. 8. The Obsessive Selfist. The Facebook wall of the obsessive selfist is brimming with selfies taken from various positions, angles, and poses. This person repeatedly posts selfies without any meaningful content. It doesn't matter whether they're in the bathroom or the kitchen, their sole goal is to get more likes. Selfie in the bathroom. Selfie in front of a monument. Group selfie with everyone I know. To be clear, it's nice to take and share a few photos on social media, but if you're doing it every day at all hours, you probably need to find a hobby outside of social media. If you're one of these obsessive selfists, listen up, you're probably not as good looking as you may think, even though your mom has always told you that you're handsome or beautiful, and the likes you receive on Facebook or Instagram are most likely out of kindness or pity. Slow down a bit, there's no need to post new photos every 2 minutes. Level of stupidity, slightly stupid, maybe a bit narcissistic, but this profile doesn't hurt anyone except themselves. 9. The old friend. Who hasn't received an out-of-the-blue private message from a friend they haven't had any contact with for 10 or even 20 years? I know that some of you are probably smiling right now because you already know what I'm about to say. The conversation generally goes like this.
Hey, my friend, it's been ages. How are you?
Hi, everything's fine, and you?
I'm doing great. By the way, are you still going to the gym?
Yes, why?
Look, I have an innovative product to propose to you, created by a leading company in this sector, which is looking for collaborators all over the country, smart people like you. I've earned $20,000 per month with them in no time.
For transparency, this video is not sponsored by Herbalife. Level of stupidity, slightly stupid. Here too, the initiative can be appreciated, but it's still quite annoying to receive such approaches. 10. The gullible one. This person shares fake news without verifying the source or the truthfulness of the information. The gullible one has never learned to distinguish a genuine news story from a fake one, believing everything they are told or everything they want to believe is true. If tomorrow their favorite influencer shares an article stating that Hitler has been artificially brought back to life by the German special forces to attempt to invade Russia again, they would believe it without hesitation. What's funny is that this type of person often thinks to be the smart one of the bunch, the clever one. The one nobody can fool. When in reality he is the one living in his own little world, a world made of cognitive biases and dissonance. As a result, most of these people have never managed to stand out in their own life when it came to actually achieving something real, something tangible. Obviously they will never admit this, and they will never take responsibilities for the failures. They would rather look someone else to blame, someone like George Soros or Bill Gates for example. Level of stupidity, extremely stupid. Utterly irredeemable. To learn more, I recommend taking a look at videos on the Dunning-Kruger effect, Dietrich Bonhoeffer's theory, and Carlo Cipolle's laws of stupidity, all of which you can find on this channel. I've included the links to the 3 videos below in the description. 11. The politically correct and the politically incorrect. It seemed politically correct to put them both on the same level. Although opposites, I place these 2 categories at the same level of stupidity, a bit like I would do with fascists and communists. To be clear, I'm talking about people at extreme levels of political correctness or incorrectness, not about someone who believes in being politically correct but with intelligence and common sense. On one side, we have the politically correct, constantly searching for reasons to accuse anyone of being sexist, feminist, racist, homophobic, etc., even when the other person might not even know what these words mean. The politically correct watches my videos, making sure there's a perfect balance of female and male figures in the drawings, ensuring a fair representation of people of color, gay couples, as well as heterosexual ones. For instance, if the percentage of people of color is too low according to their parameters, I would clearly be considered racist, but beware, if I include too many, the anti-politically correct crowd comes accusing me of being paid by the Democrats and the powerful forces, having devised a diabolical pro-immigration plan. The politically incorrect often hold opposing ideas to those of the politically correct, but they're equally bothersome. If you belong to these categories, listen up, with a few exceptions, none of you are being discriminated against because you're women or men, black, yellow, or white, heterosexual or gay. Most likely, you're being discriminated against because due to your lack of common sense, you're simply too foolish. Level of stupidity, very stupid. 12. The drama queen. The drama queen, or king, if we want to be politically correct, I was saying the drama queen manages to create a big fuss over every trivial matter and turns each of their small victories into a spectacular achievement. Self-proclaimed, real tough guy, they love posting on social media quotes like, "They threw me in with the wolves, and I came out leading the pack," making it seem like some grand accomplishment, when in reality, they simply went to pick up their child from daycare and managed to bring them home in one piece. Level of stupidity, stupid. Doesn't deserve further comments or attention. 13. The functional illiterate. From Wikipedia, the term quantitative illiteracy or functional illiteracy refers to the inability to effectively use reading, writing, and arithmetic skills in everyday life situations. This essentially translates to the inability to comprehend, evaluate, and utilize information present in contemporary society. Since 1984, UNESCO has defined functional illiteracy as the condition of a person who is incapable of understanding, evaluating, using, and engaging with written texts to actively participate in society, achieve their goals, and develop their own knowledge and potential. According to the latest figures, around 18% of Americans are functionally illiterate. Let me give you a practical example to better understand this type of person. If I make a video where I state that lemon iced tea is incredibly delicious, the functionally illiterate individual would probably leave a comment insinuating that I said peach iced tea isn't good, which I actually never said. However, they interpreted it that way when I showed appreciation towards lemon iced tea. Sometimes in my videos, you might hear me making clarifications or fairly obvious premises. That's because I'm already certain that some things I say will be misinterpreted by someone. And when this happens, the first thing I wonder is whether I expressed myself poorly, which might very well be the case. But then, when I see that for every person who misunderstood, there are 50 others who understood exactly what I meant, I can breathe a sigh of relief. Level of stupidity, utterly stupid. It's no coincidence that it's on the same level as the gullible one. Often, these two profiles combine. Unfortunately, besides being harmful to themselves, this type of person can also be harmful to others. Not necessarily because they leave a negative comment under a post of a video, that's completely irrelevant, but when it comes to making decisions or important choices that could have an impact on others' lives. 14. The master of rhetoric. The master of rhetoric thrives on cliched phrases, predictable thoughts, and is completely disconnected from what the real world is. A typical characteristic of the master of rhetoric is preaching good but not actually doing anything concrete himself. He believes to be morally superior to others, but at the core, he is often a slimy and hypocritical individual. Statements like, "Football players earn millions while there are people who can't make ends meet," are typical of the master of rhetoric, and he generally always receives a lot of likes on social media because rhetoric always wins on social media. People are not really smart, unfortunately. If you discuss about the war with the master of rhetoric, he will tell you something like, "Stop the war. They need to make peace. They should find a diplomatic and peaceful solution." Wow, you are really smart. An absolute genius. I am sure they hadn't thought of that, and they'd rather shoot at each other because they have no better ways to pass their time. Besides preaching good, however, the master of rhetoric never does anything practical, tangible to help others. To sum up, hypocrisy and cowardice combined with a good dose of ignorance. Lots of words, zero actions. Level of stupidity, extremely stupid. 15. The serious one. The serious one is someone who takes everything he reads or hears on the internet literally. He can't understand when someone is joking, even when it's blatantly obvious. His relationship with irony and sarcasm is as utopian as mine with Scarlett Johansson. This approach makes him a favorite target for trolls who enjoy teasing them to see how far they can go before the serious one realizes that their comments are not serious. Level of stupidity, stupid. Unfortunately, interacting with a person without a minimum sense of humor is difficult, and even trying to explain can often be futile. 16. The self-insulter. This is one of my favorite profiles, and when it comes to stupidity, he is at the top of the food chain. In essence, the self-insulter, which fortunately is a rare profile, is the one who unknowingly leaves self-insulting comments. Let me give you an example. If tomorrow I publish on this channel a video titled, 5 Indicators of a Particularly Intelligent Person, the self-insulter will leave a comment like, 6 Intelligent people don't watch this video, a comment that opens the doors to 2 possible scenarios, both of which leave them cornered. The first option is that he watched the entire video, and therefore, according to his comment, he is not an intelligent person, and the second option is that he didn't watch the video and simply left a comment, which makes him even more foolish, both for having commented on something without even watching it, and for confirming that he has so much time to waste by leaving such comments just for the sake of it, without even benefiting from the content. Now try to imagine what a sad life someone like that might have. As mentioned, level of stupidity, extremely stupid. 17. The anti-advertiser. The anti-advertiser is someone who, if in a 15-minute video a YouTuber includes 1 minute of advertising, rather than just skipping it and continuing with the video like a normal person would, he wastes even more time by leaving a negative comment complaining about the fact that the video contained a sponsored advertisement. When I read comments like these, I sometimes wonder if these people work for free, for the glory, or more likely, if they don't work at all, not understanding that a sponsor is often crucial for a channel to keep going. And if you don't like it, you don't need a Harvard degree to drag your finger on the screen and skip the advertisement, but this concept seems too difficult to grasp for the anti-advertiser. Level of stupidity, very stupid. 18. The religious and the political. Let me specify something right away. I have nothing against those who believe in God, just as I have nothing against those who are non-believers. Everyone is entitled to their own opinion, and no one should pressure others to think like them at all costs. That being said, among believers in particular, there are some extreme cases where faith is so deeply rooted that any topic discussed on the web becomes an excuse to bring up God, Jesus, the apostles, etc. Sometimes I post videos that have nothing to do with religion, and someone's comment randomly throws in God. The same goes for die-hard politicians, whose posts are almost always politically oriented even when politics have nothing to do with the subject. Even on this channel, sometimes it seems like an ongoing feud between pro-Trump Republicans and pro-Biden Democrats, even under content that really has nothing to do with politics. I could be talking about lasagna, and still, there would be comments about Trump or Biden, crazy stuff. If you're one of these people, I'm sorry, but you're also foolish. This category also falls under the very stupid section. 19. The monothematic. The monothematic is someone who has a hobby, a deep passion, or even a simple interest, and on social media platforms like Facebook, all he does is post photos or articles about that single topic relentlessly. Whether it's football, politics, or kittens, the monothematic's feed is plastered with posts about it and nothing else. It's an obsession, and as long as the posts are positive, it might be tolerable. However, there's nothing worse than, for example, the political monothematic who posts 10 times a day praising his favorite politician and discrediting everything said by the rival party, not realizing that 99% of his contacts couldn't care less. This lands them in the category of fools. 20. Mr. Laughter. And here we are with the last profile, the dumbest of them all. Mr. Laughter, the pinnacle of idiocy on the internet. Some of you are surely already aware of the type of person I'm referring to, those who put the laughing emoji under every piece of news related to wars, pandemics, sinking migrant boats, etc., etc. The question is simple: what on earth do you find so funny? The most annoying thing is not the mental distress of these losers, but their cowardice. Mr. Laughter encompasses the characteristics of almost all the profiles we've seen in this video. He possesses the bullying of a keyboard warrior, the IQ of the gullible one or the functional illiterate, and the master of rhetoric cowardice. Laughing at others' misfortunes, and I'm not talking about making fun of an opposing team for losing a soccer match, but serious matters, is a behavior fit for complete imbeciles. Thankfully, the emoji in question doesn't exist on YouTube. Now, by process of elimination, I know you're probably expecting Mr. Laughter to fall into the category of the extremely stupid, but no, they are so superior to all the other categories I've analyzed today that they deserve their own section, which we'll call the Kings of Stupid. And with that, we're done. Now tell me, which of these 20 profiles infuriates you the most, and which one do you not find as annoying? I understand that this video will anger some people, and the comment section will be flooded with insults, especially from those who see themselves in one or more of these 20 profiles. But that's perfectly fine, go ahead and unleash your frustration. I won't lose sleep over it, so don't worry. Feel free to release your anger and then take a deep breath. That's all for today's video. If you want to learn more about this topic, I recommend the 2 videos currently displayed on the screen. And remember, if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell. Have a good day.